Hi, Libra. So, Aries rolled in real strong. Pisces season, it was really important for you, for us, if you felt it and understood what you needed to to let go of, and what we talked about last month. Last month started it's been going on for a while, but last month really started the deeper acceptance of, especially if you're a Libra who has found their purpose. And that doesn't mean it has to be like one thing, like I'm reading tarot cards, but this isn't my only purpose. My purpose is to provide a certain energy to the world, and that's what I want to do. So it doesn't matter what I do, it's just that energy will remain in everything that I do. So that's important for you right now. If you're a Libra who is still wondering and swaying back and forth, but if you're a Libra who understands what they're here to do and like where your drive is going, again, this could be if you have a Libra rising or Libra moon too. The Libra full moon this weekend is really important to see what you've been holding on to. I always tend to get these energies come at me, months prior. They give me like a heads up even the year before, but then like the week or 2 weeks before the moon, especially like the full moon or the new moon, I'm really shown what the moon has in store for me. So for most of us, we're learning a deeper aspect of acceptance of who we are and who we've been and who it's time for you to still become. And then what that means is letting go of certain relationships, and just like simply that, like understanding that your value is not determined by other people and how they feel about you. That your value is determined about how you feel about you. And the huge thing, and this is a big one, but it's just coming through, so I'm going to tell you, is that the magic of Libra energy validates the people that you choose to be around. So whether they're people that are good for you or not so great for you, you're validating their energy by being around them. And that's a part of what people are drawn to you for. So it's really important to understand that the rebirth that has been happening and that's continuing to like burn through the skin and penetrate this life is for you to understand that the energy that you have is so potent right now, more than ever, especially in the opposing sign of Aries, because it's going to show up in all your relationships. So it's important to, maybe just say it how it is. And it doesn't have to be like, I need to say this. It's just like, this is just what it is. This is who this is. This is how I'm responding. This is what life has for me, and I'm good. It doesn't always have to be a thing. Because when you do that, that what you're saying to God, the universe, the creator, whatever you choose to call, what you're saying is, I know my value. I know my worth. I know that I'm here to create honest, loving relationships in my life. And this new way of money shows up and it keeps you going. And you realize those who are meant to be with you on this road are going to follow you or be along with you. In our culture, we follow people, for social media and stuff. But you'll just see who's down for you and who's not. And that's okay. It's just like knowing that that's actually more important than anything else. And then who you choose to be around, how vital your energy is and how important it is to keep it close and really see who not only reciprocates, but understands that about you and appreciates that about you, because you can really hold it down. So Aries season has you starting off deciding really quickly. So for those of you who are not deciding, it's really important. That's also a decision to not decide. And Aries season is very in general terms of Libras, I want to start evolving those, and we don't see that all the time, so I'm going to start just doing it myself. So generally speaking, a lot of Libras get flack because they're non-confrontational, but then when they're, then there's some Libras who just blow up, right? So in Aries season, it's important to you, it's like Aries and Libras are getting a dose of each other in this season. So Aries needs to find that center and to confront things with that strength that they've been building inside of them, that patience that you have. So it's your turn to just confront the issue, regardless if there's someone there. And if someone's there, confront it, say it, trust yourself, and keep going, because that's the whole point. And what's going to be revealed to you is what you've been holding on to and what's been important for you to hold on to. Because sometimes when you're drastically changing the way that you are, the way that we are, the holding on is just keeping us grounded, right? So cardinal air, I wonder if Capricorn will show up in the reading. Cardinal air just wants to like direct and go, and then like it will just keep going because you've decided, right? So what's going to keep going for you is that you're going to reveal to yourself how strong you are. It's about the strength that you hold. Ooh. And the vision that you have, and and what you've built, and what you've built maybe, and other people are going to start to see that. And if you're coupled, if you're with someone, then it's a time of strength. But it's also might be a time of you seeing that you might even need to let go of the person that you're with. Whether it's already happened or it's happening, you might have to let go of and move on from them in true fire sign fashion to celebrate your decision, because this is about moving on, because it's a vulnerable thing to take, especially for the sign that's shown as scales, the only inanimate object, the only machine. It's a vulnerable place to keep going and to feel that humanness deeply, and to know that this might not be working anymore, that this is actually showing you down, that these people are actually slowing you down, and that's okay. And you're ready to move. For those of you who cannot decide or are having a hard time moving on, find spiritual practice, find spirit, find God, find what it is. Find yourself a part of that community, or a part of life, or get yourself a reading, or do something in terms of understanding that you'll be okay without them. That this moving on has everything to do with what life wants to continue to give you. And it's so much power, so much strength. And again, the word power can be used very negatively, but it's about the strength that you have, and that you have, and that you're now being given many opportunities to confront and understand and move in a direction that has so much passion, so much fire within it. And by leaving, this earth sign, or this person that's very slow, it could be earth in their chart, or just someone who's very slow moving and just not up to par, not up to pace with you. The reason why I'm saying it like that is because it's probably taken you a while to come to terms with it. And it could just be, if you've already done it physically, it's maybe just energetically, emotionally, the way you're moving on, because this card represents mental and emotional right now in this reading. So you're building when you build that solid physical foundation, you then see what mentally and emotionally really needs to kind of be cleared. So celebrate as you keep going, because this season wants to show you the grace and the strength and the ability you have to do so. 3 of Cups, bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles, Moon, and Ace of Wands, and rest. The full moon in Libra this weekend is going to ask you to rest, to speak and be heard about the things that have been your insecurities, your shadow, whatever you would like to call them, these insecurities, these shadows, these dark parts that are showing up to be let go of. So those things that have been held, that you've been holding on to even within yourself. Now you have there's so much magic. So using that Libran magic in Aries season to really ignite this passion that you have for who you are. So even if you haven't found a purpose, or there's something there's nothing really in your life going for you, ask and you'll receive. You might receive many things, because Libras can do so much. The intelligence, all of the intelligence that can come together if you ask it to. So speak to the moon, speak to those parts of yourself, if not for anyone else but yourself, so that when you come through that full moon and out the other side of it this weekend, you see that there's so much out there. And there's so much that you can do, and the energy that you possess by cutting things off and accepting and moving forward, not just possess, but the energy that can run through you, stream through you, wants to move through you. And when you trust that, and you find that spiritual practice, and you find that passion, and you meet those people, because you might meet an Aries, you might meet a Sagittarius or an Aries in this season. Because you're really coming up with that energy strong. I do think the Emperor is about yourself. I really do feel like this is all about you. It's not about, and Aries season is about the self. So this is really about you and what you need to do to just keep going and being like, because every time we want to move forward, anytime that you're ready to go and you're on your way and so many great things are coming to you, I'm changing tests to opportunities. You're giving the opportunity, because something from the past or something that you've just moved away from will come back in your face, and you have the opportunity to say yes or no, or move however you want to move. Move like a Sag. Understand that this is a part of the process. This is a part of life. This is a part of your growth, to just keep going. If you get stuck up here or paralyzed down here, I'm guessing that might be a no. From a Libra sun to any Libra watching this. Regardless, just dance with this energy. There's so much to give to you. If you find yourself stuck in your head, give it up to the full moon tonight. Find that spiritual practice. The intuition that can come to you right now, and the fruition that is coming through you right now. There's so many wands in this. It's time to use it. It's time to use it. Even if it's not like so out there, but it's that introverted space that you can be. It's bringing yourself within and finding that creative passion internally, and just setting up a plan for yourself so that this season can be fun and more like a movement, instead of watching everyone else around you. The season wants you to move, and if you're not, you need to make that decision. Whatever you're stuck on by not moving forward, maybe meditate or take a back seat, or talk to someone you can take an eagle eye from, or an eagle eye with. Maybe sit and envision yourself, seeing yourself from the outside, and understand what needs to change. Well, it'll be more obvious when we look at the cards. I'm so pumped for you, as I have been, and I'm just keeping it pumped. But the acceptance is real. But once you understand that and let it be what it is, and cut those energetical cords, watch out, world. So this season's giving you a lot of strength, to continuous strength, because we're here for it, right? I love you. Information to work with me one-on-one below, and we'll look at the cards. Yeah, I'll see you next month. Happy April. Hi, Libra. It's funny because now I wish I called this reading Dead Flowers, but I'll tell you why. Because even after the flowers die, you can dry them in a way that they remain beautiful, and you can use them for different things. I garnish my house with them. I use them for different things, the bath. And I'm saying this because a lot of times people only respect or talk about or have an impact on a person after they die, and or after the relationship has been cut off. So like death in all the forms. And there's something that you are coming to understand, to some Libras out there like myself, that it's okay, that what you had with those people, or with the person or people who have died, literally, like physically, or just the relationships that you're moving on from, there's still beauty in them. There's beauty in the fact that you know what doesn't serve you anymore, and you know who doesn't value what you value. And it's as you continue to move forward, not only will you have great ideas, and abundance is here and it's on its way many times over again, you'll be revealed the wisdom behind that, the wisdom of what you've been holding on to, what's been holding you back. And it's really been a lot about the values that you hold that just didn't match up with the people that you were surrounding yourself with, or certain people, specific people. And you're learning to know that regardless of what it looks like from the outside, it's been a vulnerable journey, and it's going to continue to be. So the middle row is really showing you, the top row is showing you like what is happening now, and then what's going to be happening in the larger scheme of things as you continue to move forward, because more and more will continue to be revealed to you, because so much of you is changing. And the beautiful part of this is that you're willing to do so and take the journey. It's vulnerable, but there's so many things that come to you, and there's so many things that you're able to actually put together and put out there, as long as you decide to do so. I want to point out how many wands are in this reading, and there's not a lot of swords, which is awesome. Why? Because for you, Libras can get caught in this part. You could remain stuck. And if the swords were out more, it would show you that you're not ready, but you are ready now. Granted, you may have coulda, shoulda, woulda did this a long time ago, but now is the time. So I want to point that out too. That what you're building is for the larger part of your life, and you're ready to move out there. And if you are, some of you could be getting married, or becoming engaged and starting that journey as well. Here's the thing I want to caution before. The cards are saying, slow down. The cards are saying this person might not add up, and you might see it now in Aries season. This person might reveal to you certain parts of themselves that they've slowly been doing, but it's been more of a manipulative way. So take that for what it is, and then move on and be free. So this also for some of you, it is a relationship. But for a lot of you, the majority, I feel, it's the relationship with your masculine identity, your relationship with power, your relationship with money, all of those things. And love is encompassed in that too. Venus is both. So this for you is that stability now doesn't look like what it used to be. Now it's about you. It's about being free. It's about realizing how much you've handled, how tempered you've been, temperance. Also, how intuitive you've been, because now it's time to go. And if there are people who don't understand that, then they don't understand your values, and that's okay. You don't have to make them. It's just time to move on from anyone or anything, or any place that is trying to hold you back from living so freely and so abundantly. And I want to point out these cards. So there's cards that I do want to bring out. So 3 of Cups to 3 of Pentacles. This is going to bring you to say so much to the people that are willing to listen. This full moon on Sunday, the Libra full moon, I think it's Sunday. For some of you, it's the 28th, whatever. Is going to give you so much magic, so much to create from. Because everything that's kept you stuck in your head, or stuck or paralyzed in the body, like we talked about in the beginning, unless that was in the Aries video, you might want to watch the Aries video too. It's really, there's so much that you two are giving each other, and the energy is giving each other because of the polarity. But it's because you've needed a lot of rest. because your purpose is going to take a lot of energy. The purpose that you're finding, your body needs to move through, because there's gonna be opportunities coming your way that look a certain way, but they're not, and you're gonna understand that. Taurus season is gonna be very prosperous. This season is asking you to show what you've learned and act upon it, but it doesn't mean it's aggressive. You can be aggressive in whatever you're doing and putting your energy there, but it's time to just be really clear about who you are and what you value. And there are people that are willing to listen, including yourself. So this is also about you being able to hear what you're saying to other people and finally taking your own advice if you're a Libra that falls into that very general term. But I'm here to help evolve the signs into different ways, because you have what it takes to do that. You have this certain thing that's in your hands right now, and you just have to be willing to give yourself the rest that you need. It doesn't mean you're stuck, because more is going to come from that. So this is powerful, and Pisces season was really powerful for you. You realized who you are. You realized that all that you've continuously needed to let go of and are going to continuously come up against, because there's so much. So it's going to seem confusing, but it's not. It's about staying clear and allow those things to reveal itself when they do. But your values are what's going to keep you going. Hold on to those. And the right people, the right opportunities, the perfect ones that align with you will show up. It's a divine time, and it's time to accept the stance that you've taken. And there's going to be so much to celebrate by the end of the season, by the end of the year. A lot. It's beautiful. It's powerful. I love it. It's all I'm going to say for now. I will see you next month. Information to work with me one-on-one is below. There will be easier access soon, I promise. Check back in by the end of the month for sure. Or by the beginning of April. And I'm so excited for you. And it's the power of acceptance right now. Just accept and move, and see things for their value, including everything that you've been learning. Cool? Great. I love you so much. And I'll see you next month.